So they've been in this position before, so this is nothing new to them. For DeePark, it's all about getting that pressure, continue to build that pressure. Varies his speed. It does Prithvish ever so slightly. Smart bowling. And that will conclude the over at the end of 3. It is Chicago United 10 for a loss of 1. Daria will start his second over with a dot. Daria Mistre, who's got a very uncanny way of taking wickets. Oh, there's an opportunity, but just doesn't get to the fielder and actually gets past him. Are they going to try to push for 2? No, they'll take 1. I think that's Rohan out there, who it just died right in front of him. It's one of those 50-50 balls where it's hit in a way where you don't know if you want to dive for it, you want to play it back, but it hit in that magical spot where you really kind of get caught in between, and that's exactly what happened to Rohan there, unfortunately. Anirudh, oh, he gave it an opportunity to the fielder at mid-off, and he dropped it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Daria not happy with that. That was in his hands, but today, anything, and I mean anything, that comes at you is going to be difficult to grasp. But nonetheless, an opportunity down. Oh, DeePark, you had it. You had exactly what you wanted. And if you're Anirudh, gotta be a little bit more selective with your shots there. And there's another chance possibly. Oh my. That died just to the right of the fielder at gully. As there's noises coming from the dugout. Ooh, Anirudh living life on the edge here this afternoon. On this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Beautiful blue skies with scattered clouds. Don't let the sun fool you. It is cold. And there it is. That is a wicket. Beautiful delivery from Daria. And that is the end for Syed Hussain. He has been bowled. That was a direct line to the stumps. There's a little bit of confusion there if it was a stumping or a bowled, but that was a bowled indeed. A wild heave from Syed Hussain. And unfortunately for him, that is the end. He's got to head back to the dugout. So DeePark does end up getting their man. At least one of them, and that's Syed Hussain. So that's the end for Syed. Ranjan Gandhi will be the new batter coming in. We'll be back in just a few seconds. So indeed, it will be Ranjan Gandhi coming in. So no more left-right combination here for Chicago United. 2 early wickets down. Last delivery here for Daria Mistry. Oh, again, a beautiful delivery. A late swing, and that is the end of over number 4. DeePark taking 2 early wickets. Chicago United in a bit of trouble. Oh, good delivery. Oh, good fielding in the deep. Did he save the boundary? Indeed, he did. So that was Anirudh using the feet, getting himself going against Prithvish Patel over at deep long on. So right now they've got a cow corner in place. Deep extra covers. We've got a point, gully, slip. Mid on. Oh, very good throw. Just off the mark. But excellent fielding here from DeePark. Being very aggressive. And hopefully Anirudh's okay. He took that ball right off the inner thigh. Oh, that cannot feel good today. Any day, but today, especially with the temperatures the way they are. I might leave a little bit of an extra bruise. So right now, if you're DeePark, your fielding has been good, not great. You've had some dropped opportunities. If you're Chicago United, you have to build some sort of a foundation here. You've got 30 overs. Oh, there you go. That's beautifully played. Oh, and he gets past the fielder in gully, and they're going to run back for 2. Good, strong throwback, but too late. Can't have any of those, as it is slippery out there, but you got to gather that ball. That's exactly what's being told to the fielder. So, hey, don't rush it. Gather that ball first. Indeed, that costs them an additional run, as Ranjan Gandhi gets off the mark. Again, same exact delivery, same exact shot. This time the fielder able to gather it in gully for a single. So you see DeePark right now keeping it on the offside as they normally would, but utilizing the wind that's blowing right to left on your screen. So it will play favor in the outswing of the delivery here for Prithvish. Luckily for us, we're in a booth. We've got some wind protection for the players out there. Hope you guys have some thermals on or something. Some Under Armour cold gear. Oh, beautiful delivery. Good variation from Prithvish. Same action, takes the pace off completely. So known as a change-up in baseball for those baseball aficionados out there. Really trying to mess with Anirudh's timing abilities there with the bat. Oh, beautifully played, just past the fielder and gully, and it looks like it may go all the way, and indeed it does. That is a 4. The second boundary of the afternoon for Chicago United. A welcome sight. Looking to build that foundation is Anirudh, and he's been out there, so he's the man that's settled in. So he's definitely the one that's got to take charge here and continue to build from here on out. So there is the end of over number 3. It is 20, or it's the end of over number 5. It's 22 for a loss of 2. Tarya Mystery starting over number 6. He will continue on as we face Ranjan Gandhi. That will lead to a dot delivery. So right now for Chicago United, just got to continue to rotate that strike. And we spoke about Darya's keen ability to take wickets. So right now he's got one. His partner in crime, Prithvish Patel's got one. You almost feel like the batsmen look like they can attack Darya, but his very, very sly bowling, shall we call it. Good variation from Darya here. Head out towards point for a dot. So you see everything right now is on the off stump and outwards. And that is playing to their field indeed. Out towards point is a quick throw back. Gets past the keeper, but not far enough. As here, out there, running like a deer. Gather that delivery and get that back. So that is a single, but nonetheless, good continuation here. Good rotation of the strike. So if you hear that noise in the background, that is the wind, ladies and gentlemen. It is brisk. I notice that you see a blank screen on your screen there for a split second. Our amazing audio-visual team continues to work to bring you a high-quality production. Definitely want to give a shout out to them. Good communication between the batsmen. That's the way you can get an easy run out if you're not on the same page. It's hit well, but hit directly to the fielder at mid-off. Oh, again, just falls in front of the fielder. Good throw back, but not quick enough. So that will complete the over. So at the end of over number 6, it's Chicago United 25 for a loss of 2. as Urvish Desai bowls a delivery. So the captain take matters into his own hands. A wild heave there from Ranjan. Looking to slash that away, but to no avail. Beautifully played from Ranjan. And these two batsmen running aggressively between the wickets here. The first run's very, very quick. Textbook running. Right in between point and gully. Does Ranjan deliver that ball? It's a good bowling here from DeePark. No extras given so far, which is exactly what you want. And again, trying to slash that away towards the extra covers. Big outside edge. Goes all the way towards about the 40 mark. Just out of the reach of the fielder in slip. As Ranjan continues his rotation of the strike, and rightfully so. So current run rate sitting at 4.5. Seems a little early to talk about run rates, but in conditions like this, every single run matters. Oh, beautifully placed. Good turn of the wrist from Ranjan. The point of impact just rolls that wrist, the bottom wrist, around to get it out towards square leg for a single. One of the first deliveries here that we've seen from DeePark towards the middle stump. And why not? It's a good variation. They've been attacking the offside. But Ranjan up to the task. Always elegant to see shots like that from a right-handed batsman where you're able to use those techniques, utilizing those wrists. Half-hearted appeal. Not sure what the appeal was for. That was bad on there, but that will be the over. At the end of 7, it is the Chicago United 32 for a loss of 2. Looks like Urvish Desai continuing on with his hot hand in Darya Mystery. Oh, there is a loud stumping, but no bat involved. But quick work behind the stumps there. Gotta love to see that. Aggressive running by Chicago United, and Anirudh gets that single. Right now for Chicago United, it seems like the strategy is playing that ball as late as possible and utilizing those fielders in the back, or lack thereof, shall we say. But good stabilization here between Ranjan Gandhi and Anirudh Junavidullah. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Anirudh, if I'm not, I do apologize. Again, very similar shot. Immediately the call is no from Anirudh on the non-striker's end. Never be understated enough on how that communication between the two batsmen is so vital. And there you see the current scorecard for Chicago United, where Syed Hussain and Yasin both having exited the match here quite early. Loud noise, but nobody there to catch it. So they'll skip past, slip for a single. And Daria running into a little bit of a hard luck here, where he's getting these opportunities, but good for the Chicago United batsmen. They're finding the spots where the fielders are not. And continuing to rotate. Technical innings being shown here. Out towards point, just slammed into the ground. That ball's not going anywhere. The ground is very damp, and that will conclude at the end of the over. So at the end of 8, it's 36 for a loss of 2. As we got started here just ever so slightly later than scheduled, I wanted to provide you the playing 11 for the Chicago United. You see Anirudh already out there. You've seen Yasin Sheikh, seen Syed Hussain, Ranjan Gandhi, Najam Iqbal, who is the captain, Venki, Ankti, Hassan Bimat, Nihal Sanjay, Soman Das, Charan Sai Teja, and Adnan Yar Khan. Two runs comfortably taken by Chicago United. And seems to be just peppering that area between backwards point and gully. So your deep part, you may want to take one of those extra fielders you have on towards the extra covers, perhaps. Or just shift everybody a little bit more fine. To be determined. As I say that, that's at least right towards point. Good fielding. Makes no mistakes. Right now, even if you're a fielder, that ball is going to be extremely wet. So just grasping your hands on there and ensuring it doesn't go anywhere else is going to be paramount. Slower delivery, good variation from Yurvish Desai. Up to the task is Anirudh. Will take a single. So I've talked about the elements quite a bit, with the wind, the weather, the chill factor. The ground itself also very, very damp, so that ball soaking up that moisture quickly. You got to be very careful with the shape of that ball as well, so I'm sure the umpires and the captains will keep a very good eye on that. Very good technical shot, played right back towards the offside for a single. So that ball is going to absorb that moisture and create some irregularities. But to be determined to see how many different balls we go through. But don't be shocked if you hear me continue to say quick break for a ball check. Oh, Anirudh just lofts it past the 30 mark. One of the few shots they've actually gone ahead and used the aerial route. Gee, DeePark keeping everything very tight and onto the offside. And that will conclude over number 9. So at the end of 9, Chicago United 41 for a loss of 2. The new bowler coming in, Vrund. The aggressive lefty will get to a dot ball. He's got a very quick action. It's rather aggressive, hence the name, the aggressive lefty. He's got a whipping action with that arm. Lead to a single. It's a rather unique split screen view provided by our audio-visual team here, being ever so creative. If it gives you a headache, do let us know. We love hearing back from you guys. So all of you joining us on Facebook Live and on YouTube, I want to say thank you. Hope to hear from you guys soon. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Hopefully our Bears are doing well out there as well. Being informed by Barry that his score is 3-3. I am of the school of thought that I want the higher draft pick. Just throwing that out there. Call is wait on. Leads to a dot delivery. So again, very well done. So I'd love to ask you guys a question out there in Facebook Live and on YouTube. Who do you think is going to be the top performer here today for Chicago United and or DeePark 11? Love to hear from you guys. Drop your comments on our YouTube channel and or our Facebook Live, wherever you may be watching. I'm being told there may be a cash $5, I guess not cash, but it's a gift card. $5 gift card possibly available for participating. So why not? Hey, $5, that gets me a gallon and a half of gas maybe, so you never know. Hey, that's 14 more miles than I could get before. So, I wonder if this is allowed for me as well, but...
It takes you from South Barrington to Hanover Park, so that's what
there you go. Being told. Yeah, that is true. The gallon will get you from South Barrington to Hanover Park, so at the end of 10, as we continue our rather... not so cricket commentary. At the end of 10, it's 44 for a loss of 2 for Chicago United. So they've been able to stabilize their ship. And there you see the Yash Premier Playoffs drinks break that is currently in play. Although that may only be for all of, say, about 10 seconds or so. I don't know who. I'm not sure who the drinks are for the players or for the booth out here, but either way. As the skipper, Urvish Desai, continues on, a little bit frustrated. Not sure exactly what the frustration is about. Oh, I see exactly what he's talking about. He's asking for his field to be up by about 7 or 8 more steps up. I'm not sure if that's been something that's been asked of his team before, maybe just not executed, but such things do happen, such as this extra given, or rather rare extra here from DeePark. Good job by Anirudh and Ranjan, stabilizing the ship for Chicago United, and a beautiful shot here from Ranjan out towards the extra covers. Just the ball just dying, absolutely dying as soon as it hits the ground. There's so much moisture. So if you're going to try to hit for those boundaries, you've really got to square it up here today. You've really got to use that middle of the bat, as you normally would as a batsman regardless, but now any mistimed mishits, they're not going to travel very far. You're going to have to really be technically sound here today to hunt for those boundaries. Nice cut shot there from Anirudh. He'll take 2 runs on the delivery. Very, very good batting here from Chicago United. Just taking those singles and doubles, taking what's given to them, not really trying to be too aggressive. They've got plenty of time left. Got 20 overs, just a hair under 20 overs left. 19.5 if we want to be very specific. Dot delivery. So yeah, welcome to all of you following the Yash Premier League final here today from a chilly South Barrington. Speaking of chilly, some chili would sound actually really good right about now. Using the feet, comes out onto the front foot, and is it going to get past the fielder? Waiting for that official signal. It is. It is going to get past that fielder in the deep at long off for a boundary. So that's 4 runs additional. Good use of the feet from Anirudh, coming out onto the front foot and executing a beautifully played shot towards the long off for 4 additional runs. So that brings up Chicago United's 50. Very methodical innings being played here. You'd expect nothing less from the men in red. Good fielding, good fielding. There in deep backwards point, and that will conclude the over. So at the end of 11, it's Chicago United 53 for a loss of 2. Start of over number 12. Vrund will concede a single. So at this point, I want to welcome Parth Brumbuth, part of the DeePark organization. And I say DeePark organization because they have multiple branches, multiple teams that have follow under that branch, right? So it's kind of like an umbrella company, shall we say, with the Panthers, the Challengers, to name a few, and I'm sure they've got more in the works, which take DeePark Dynamites. I'm sure I'm missing a few. I'm pretty sure. So multiple teams under that DeePark umbrella, having participated in our MPL Midwest Premier League, and now working with us here in the Yash Premier League as well. So, Parth, I've got to ask you, how is your team doing this season, and how are you able to manage the multiple leagues and multiple injuries that every team faces? So some insight on your organization and what you're looking to achieve here in the Midwest.
Thank you for having me here, first of all. And it's a beautiful morning for the final, so hope my team wins. But to get to the point, as DeePark, Panthers, Challengers, DeePark 2, we have so many teams and we have a large pool of players we select from. And so DeePark 2 is like for our youngsters, where we groom them, and who are later on, based on their ability and stuff, like go up to the chain. And injuries are part of the game, what to say, because since last 2 years I'm getting injured after playing 6 games. So but for injuries, I have to say, because before, like 10 years ago, cricket in Chicago was minimal, so you only used to play on weekends. But nowadays, like every single day you can play cricket. Like we have MPL nights, and then other leagues are doing the night tournaments and stuff. So the amount of cricket is going up. At the same time, because due to that, amount of injuries are also going there, because the fitness level needs to improve to be part. Even the international players are not playing like 4 or 5 games a week. They are playing 2 or 3 games a week, and they also have a gap between that, right? But amount of leagues, amount of tournaments going on right now, all the players are playing like in almost all the leagues. So your body is not getting the necessary rest to recover from one game to another. So that's, I think, is one of the main causes of the injury happening. The quantity has gone up. Probably quality is what fitness quality and the atmosphere quality, like pitches and grounds, that also needs to improve to reduce the risk of injuries. So people need to be selective, like which game they need to play. They don't have to play every single game, because if a good player is playing 6 or 7 games a week, then the players who are upcoming, they are not getting chance due to that. So to give them chance, sometimes you need to take a step back. You need to invest in the future. So that's what I have to say about the injury portion.
Thank you, Parth. And as we say that, an absolute massive shot coming off the bat of Ranjan Gandhi, one of the rare sixes. That's the first maximum of the afternoon. Absolutely smoked over, we'll call it deep square leg. I feel like we're sitting exactly at square leg, so it just goes to the left of us. And unfortunately for Parth and his DeePark, that's the first boundary. So Parth, maybe we don't want to put you on the mic for DeePark right now.
Well, that's fine. The wicket is coming soon. It's around the corner. See, this is the first shot I've seen in the air, so they are trying to take chances, because I think the outfield is wet, so it's not traveling that much. That's a miss. So they are trying to take their chances, and that's good for the fielding team, that if you are not able to make the batsman play, then you won't be able to get their wicket. It's that simple.
Good insight here from one of the leaders for the DeePark organization. So, Parth, speaking to your injuries, absolutely agree. You've seen this even on the international stage right now, where, it goes back out towards, it actually hits the stumps, and, speaking of injuries, hopefully that's the skipper, Urvish Desai. I think his leg may have gotten caught when he was fielding the ball.
It's a hamstring injury.
Oh, that does not look well. Hopefully he's okay. He is absolutely thriving in pain right now. You should see that's the skipper. And right now he's being worked on. It looks like looks like the hamstring or just underneath maybe just the back of the glutes from what it looks like. Yep, indeed it is. He's up, he's walking around. It's a good sign, trying to stretch it. In this weather, it's very, very easy to pull something, very easy to strain something. And he's really trying to just walk it off as we speak. But when you're the skipper, you got to lead by example. You got to lead from the front, right? So
That's true.
he definitely is a fighter. We've seen Urvish in multiple scenarios playing with bandages, playing with crooked fingers that I've seen, as is the life of a cricketer. You see the current partnership between Anirudh and Ranjan right now, 53. So just over that half-century mark. Seems like Urvish is going to be okay. He's going to give it a go. So just as we were speaking about the injury bug, hopefully Urvish is going to be good to go. Probably test out 1 or 2 deliveries here. Good thing for DeePark, they've got plenty of players available. Sure, one of them will be able to suit up if needed, if they haven't already.
They should have a injury substitute. Like for like. They do have it for concussion, but not for the injury.
Coming back onto that injury note, we've seen it even on the international stage, right? With this year in the IPL with Kane Williamson, with the Gujarat Titans coming over from my Sunriser Hyderabad. I'm just saying, I'm throwing that out there. Not that we're not any good right now.
Gujarat Titans.
Yeah, exactly, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm not sure what the thought process behind that was, but what do I know? That's why I'm out here. But you see the injury that occurred to him, and unfortunately for him, it's affected his whole season. And then in addition to that, even with the World Cup right now, right, you see the lingering effects that injuries have. And it's given to exactly what Parth you spoke about, which is, and there's an overthrow. There's nobody there. Very ill-advised throw. It's exactly what Urvish Desai is saying, an unnecessary single run there. So that will complete over number 13. So 67 for a loss of 2. So Parth, I want to touch base on something that you had spoken about, which is giving young cricketers an opportunity in your organization. So I know you spoke to how you have various teams and you're kind of building that chain, right? You're as they pass level 1, you move on to the next team, you move on to the next team. At least that's how I perceived from your conversation. So correct me if I'm wrong on any of this. Where do you see the most opportunity currently here in the Midwest for young cricketers? Is it the availability of teams? Is it the availability of development? Is it the tools? Or is it just the marketing of cricket itself to help promote the sport and bring in young talent?
I think it's all three of those factors, because the amount of tournaments being played. So I think it was for another league, but DeePark just put a team of youngsters in it to give them the chance. So it's all about exposing them to the next level, because the pressure, if you see, the Yash Premier has a different pressure than Division 2 or Division 3, right? MPL has a different pressure than playing any other fall T20s or something like that. So it's all about giving them the chance to express their talents and to see how well they are able to handle the pressure. So all three of those aspects you mentioned play a huge part of it. Unfortunately, the biggest problem, and luckily DeePark, Panthers and Challengers don't have that issue that much, but the biggest problem right now I see in cricket in Chicago is the loyalty and willing to express themselves. People are, because there are so many teams playing, so players are like always have this thought that, oh, if this guy is not going to play me in the playing 11, then I'll be playing in a different team. But what that creates is, that doesn't create the chemistry, that doesn't build the character, because DeePark, Panthers, Challengers, they are all about character of the player. So cricket is a game, but it also builds the character. It also gives you the ethics and the sportsman spirit and stuff like that. So once you start, playing for 3-4 teams, let's say in span of 4 years, then you don't have that thing. And especially youngster, because youngsters gonna learn from the seniors, right? So whatever the seniors are doing, they're gonna mimic that in the real life and on the field and off the field. So that's one of the biggest concern I have, and we are trying to DeePark and Panthers and Challenge, all three of the teams are trying to make sure that there is a culture which just doesn't stay on the field but off the field too. So we always try to organize barbecues and stuff like that, where all team members come together and they talk about stuff, they have fun, stuff like that. So it's very important for youngsters, because see, in few years most of the team members will be in 40s or in their 50s. So who's gonna take the baton out of your hand? Youngsters. So you have to groom them for sure.
Excellent thoughts here from Barth. So appreciate you coming out here in our studios, or our open air studios here today.
I prefer this than the commentary.
Hey man, that's where I make my bread and butter right now. So I'll stick with the commentary, but I'd love to see the culture. You touch base on the cultural aspect, which is a hot button topic right now here in different leagues. Beautifully played here from Ranjan again. Goes out towards deep mid wicket. He'll run out for a single. Looks like that's Rohan out there.
That is Rohan Patel. Yes.
That's Rohan Patel. Indeed it is. It looks like it's Jay Patel out there with the ball in his hands for his first over.
So right arm off spin.
Indeed. So now DeePark going with that off-spin delivery, and this partnership between Ranjan and Anirudh will really establish themselves and stabilize this foundation. And again, a good shot, but again, the ball just absolutely dies. Oh my. Hopefully Rohan's okay. He took a slip there as well. But that's what I was speaking about earlier, where the ground is extremely wet. Right, that ball, if you don't square it, if you don't get the middle of the bat and you don't get all of it, don't expect the ground to give you any type of assistance today, besides a fielder maybe slipping here and there. Plays out towards the offside. Good aggressive running here between Anirudh and Ranjan. So, Parth, I know you spoke about culture, and it'll be my final question for you here for today, and it will be a doozy. So I'm preparing you, all right? So we keep hearing rumblings, and my job is to make this game as easy as understandable as possible, right, for the common fan, number one. But number two, also to ask those questions where at all possible. And you being one of the leaders in DeePark, what are your thoughts on this continuous murmuring, rumblings that we're hearing about these so-called super teams, right? Where you have all these former international players coming in, or you have a collective group of the top players being played on one team and one team alone. And what does that do for the psyche of cricket, one? And two, are you a favor of these so-called super teams?
Very interesting and very honest question, and I'll give you the honest answer. I'm not a huge fan of super teams. The reason about that is when you get players who have played domestically or internationally in some of the major teams like India or let's say Pakistan, Sri Lanka, what happens is they have so much experience to offer, and when you put them together in one team, the cricket in USA is still like in baby steps, right? So when you put them all in one team, what happens is that experience, that teaching doesn't go to the youngsters who are the future of this game, right? I don't want to name any specific teams and stuff like that, but there's one team where you get players, 4 or 5 players from domestic season and international seasons from different teams, and of course they have more experience, they have more skills, but how can you spread that skill among the youngsters, among the other teams, to even it out? Because I'm playing first time I played in the US was in 2008. It was my brother's team in Springfield, and we had to fight really hard because all team levels were same. They are good in some portions, they needed some work in different other aspect of the game. So at that time the games were awesome, it was neck to neck. Now with the super teams and stuff like that, if you see I have seen that some teams morale are down just to hear the name of the players from the other teams. So what that does is that decrease the amount of good cricket, and then some teams will be like, okay, let's just go and play. I know one of the players got injured by a really fast bowler, and the team was just trying to take a step forward in cricket, all youngsters. So why would you try to injure them? I understand giving them the experience of the fast bowling and stuff, but they are still kids. They are literally 18, 19-year-old kids who are trying to. And it's not like India or Pakistan where 17, 16-year-old kids are playing 140 plus bowling. So it's still in baby steps. So you have to express these things. You need to spread out this players, and some players are just playing for money. I understand they have financial need and stuff like that, but that shouldn't hinder the development of cricket in US. So those are my thoughts.
Very thought-provoking comments there, Parth. Thank you so much for joining us here in the booth. So much appreciated from DeePark, Parth. We wish you and your team the best of luck here today.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us here.
Actually, I got a question.
So,
Yeah.
so we got a question. Okay, go ahead.
So, what do you guys think about taking a step forward through virtual reality? Because now the Oculus 3 came out. There is the IB Cricket. A lot of new VR bats and VR technologies are also coming out, which has the potential capacity of replicating those 140 balls. Obviously, it's a different to face the actual ball in the game versus in the VR. But what do you think? Your team, your management is taking a look at it, considering this to be utilized to train your younger kids to face such kind of challenge next season? Because we do know these super teams are going to come back again, right? So we do know we cannot avoid them, at least facing them very next season. So how are you going to prepare your younger generation?
So, see, the VR reality, I must say, I myself own Oculus 2, and I do have IB Cricket and that cricket bat and everything. And trust me, it's not the same as you face in the nets, because I got hit by a 90-mile-an-hour ball on my chest, and you're not facing the same thing in virtual reality. So it's good and fun because at the same time I've hit a bowler in virtual reality who's bowling 140, 150 for 300 meter six, which is not possible in real life. So I wouldn't go there because reality is still different than virtual reality, and I'm in all favor of reality where you can go into the nets. So we can develop the facilities and fitness program for bowlers and batsmen where they are upcoming. I know because my brother lives in Dallas, and they have such facilities where they literally replicate the 150, 140 mile hour ball speed balls through bowling machines and stuff. So we can definitely, and Midwest in future, if they can develop such facilities, then it will really boost the cricket in youngsters and among the players who really have talent, but the resources are not there for them to succeed. So of course we can do that. And coming back to the super teams, as a league we can do one thing, that we can reduce, we can have rules in place where you can only have like 2 players who are international or like who are not part of your local team. So there are so many rules and regulation you can apply to build. You can have 2 players in such teams, and the other teams are from local area. So stuff like that. I hope that answers your question. But I'm not a huge fan of virtual reality for sure.
Thank you, Parth. Thank you for your insights for the DeePark organization and all the teams. And we wish you nothing but the best of luck for your youngsters and for even the vets out there, right? It's just still, sometimes it's lucky to be good. Yeah. As the torch gets ready to be passed on in the form of an English willow. So hopefully the next generation is able to continue to expand the game here. And speaking of the game, here currently is CU, Chicago United, really setting up a good foundation, 79 for 2. We're just past the halfway point. So we've got Vrund coming back. He's got 2 more deliveries left here in this over, but Ranjan and Anirudh doing a marvelous job for Chicago United in stabilizing the ship. So now it's going to be really trying to hunt for some boundaries, and that's exactly what we've seen them kind of do. And as I say that, takes it out towards deep mid-wickets. Does Ranjan, leads for a single. Massive overthrow, but good 2 defenders backing that up. So good technically sound defense there, and that does complete the over. So 80 for a loss of 2 at the end of 16. Current partnership sitting at 68 runs, so just shy of the 100 strike rates, which is ideal in any format for that matter. But there you see the quick summary. We've got 16 overs completed, just sitting at the run rate of 5 runs per over. We've got a wicket from Mistry and Prithvish Patel and Adaria Mistry. So if you are DeePark 11, trying to break up this partnership here sooner rather than later, try to continue to put that pressure on. Right now it seems like Chicago United has really found their footing and continue to rotate that strike. So I'll touch base on the virtual reality part that was asked. So to me, I think you have to be open-minded to any tools that are available to you to help improve your game, right? So the Chicago Cubs were one of the first teams who started with mental exercises, right? So that gave them a mental edge or, physical edge, whatever you want to call it, but it was a new avenue explored to open up another way of giving your team an advantage. Now, there's a difference between what Parth said, facing 140 clicks in virtual reality compared to a real live delivery, right? That sense of, because as a batsman, I don't care where you are or how many times you've played, you always have that little inkling in the back of your head, right? You always have that little bit of nervousness, and it's not necessarily, when we speak nervousness, it's not bad, but it's always good to stay on your toes, because once you get comfortable, that's when you get hurt, right? So that's just my opinion. I think you have to be open to it, but to me, nothing will substitute real-life batting practice, real-life fielding practice, or anything that's live. But I do think virtual reality will have its advantages as the technology continues to develop, whether it's hand-eye coordination drills or whether it's, in this case, a massive shot that is absolutely clearing that boundary. Beautiful shot from Ranjan Gandhi. And that's one of those where you know you've hit the middle of the bat and you just stare. And that's exactly what Ranjan did. So take a look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That was a beautiful, beautiful delivery. But a better shot from Ranjan. Oh, middle of the bat, firm feet. And that came from his legs, ladies and gentlemen. There's a strong foundation and the quick turn of the hips. That will lead you to a maximum indeed. And then it shows you all variations with a very nice, technically sound shot played into the covers for a single. So again, hope you guys are enjoying the commentary, not from me, but from our visitors here in the booth as well. Because I'm pretty sure you guys are tired of hearing from me by now. And the updated score on the Bears game is 6-6, and there may be an updated chance here for a catch, and indeed there is a catch. Umpire Meyer is going to run out there to verify it is prior to the boundary marker. So that looks like Anirudh maybe just... Yes, and it is. It is given an out. He is well within the boundaries. And Anirudh, just shy, 5 runs shy of his half century, has to depart, but excellent fielding in the deep. And that's Vrund, if I'm being told. That is Vrund out there. So that will be his second catch of the match here today. And just as we spoke about breaking up this partnership, that's exactly what has happened.
Talking about Vrund Patel, he is the product of that DeePark youngster system. Because he just started playing like 3 years ago. And he is one of the rising stars, especially in challengers, because there are some, big name players who were struggling against him to score. By the way, I played game against Sankar Bai's Chicago Club Cricket of Chicago. He did hit me for 2 sixes, but I got his wicket, so I think we are squared.
It is true.
Oh, you gotta love it. Even when he's not with the cricket kit on, he still gets ragged on right now. But that's okay. That's what's all being competitive here. So it looks like we're waiting to get just the updated. It's going to be, yes, indeed, it is Charan Saiteja, who's going to be the new batsman for Chicago United. And that's the lefty. And he's got the full gear on today. Not sure how many layers he's got on, but he looks to be very warm. And rightfully so, he's fully decked out in the Chicago United red. He'll take his first delivery, and a massive shot. Does he clear it? Indeed he does. He is plenty warm. He hits a massive, massive 6 on a first delivery that happened to be a full toss. Not sure if that was by design or a missed Yorker. But either way, Chicago United and Saiteja says, hello, I am here, and I'm here to hit. Oh, full toss. Comes down onto one leg. And he's not proposing. He's just proposing 6 runs for his team. Wow. Shot. Beautiful shot here. Probably shot of the day. End of 17, 95 for a loss of 3. As we start here with the first action, Dario Mystery. Oh, good opportunity. Don't think he hit any bat, though, unfortunately, from the looks of the replay. So we'll give Harshal a break. And I don't have the capabilities of DRS here, so we'll just let it go. We'll give Herschel the benefit of the doubt. He's usually pretty good with the gloves back there. Oh, there's some miscommunication there. And he gets back in. So that is Ranjan, who's the set batsman. Well, Sai is also pretty set, I would say, with that first ball 6, but just slight miscommunication, and looks like they may want to have a chat on what is the call going to be. Looks like 2 massive FSG bats out there for Ranjan and Charan. So for those of you who are looking to get an update on the Bears score, it is 6-all. So we do it all here, very versatile. We not only bring you cricket, but also NFL.
True Americans.
Absolutely. I'm sure my wife is tired of hearing me talk about football on Sundays. Usually it's my son and I sitting on the couch from morning or afternoon to Sunday evening.
Right now it's World Cup time, my guy.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on World Cup? Today's game?
Oh, man.
That was
That's a crazy game indeed. And, I had England. That was my sleeper pick. And clearly they're still sleeping. So far for me, as some of you may know, I was brought onto cricket late. I fell in love with cricket because of one A.B. de Villiers, right, watching him play. So my team, although I hail from India, I was born there, I actively root for South Africa. That's my team. It is what it is. Call it what you want. It's okay. So my pick to win currently as it stands is South Africa. I'd love to see them win the big one. I just doubt they will. I feel like whenever it comes to the big stage, some sort of bad luck comes into play for them or something happens. And I know that very well because I'm also a Cubs fan. So, I was there for the 03 disaster, where I didn't eat the night when the Bartman incident happened. So, my thoughts on the World Cup, it's been entertaining. It's been full of surprises. Like the one I said, I didn't expect England to go without winning anything, for that matter. So, won, but you're England, right? You expect more, especially with having won the T20 World Cup, having won so many different...
Especially you invented the game.
Exactly. You've invented the game, right? But I think just the amount of pressure on Josh Butler's shoulders is so immense. But kind of see what Ian Morgan had to deal with, right? So once you're in those shoes, that's when you understand. But love seeing the spirit of Afghanistan. They've been very aggressive. I love seeing South Africa, just the thrashing they've been putting on opponents, right? Let's just call it what it is. But New Zealand as well, it's that steady ship, New Zealand, that, it's always there. They always fly under the radar from what it seems like. And Sai Teja, I don't know if he got it or not, but the fielder does have it in his hands. They're looking to confirm, and I'm not sure by the reaction what to gauge, if it's a 6 or a out. It is an out. Oh, Sai Teja went to go aerial once again, and unfortunately for him, it cost him for Chicago United, another wicket. I'm trying to see who the fielder is out there. Jay Patel. No wonder he caught that on the dead run. Oh, he got that from just bottom of the bat, just from below the middle point of the bat. And look at that. On the run, that's not easy, ladies and gentlemen, especially in this weather. Never lost focus. And that is the end for Sai Teja. So Chicago United down 4 now, just at the halfway point of over 19. So there you see the current scorecard for the Chicago United. Arun Johan Vitula, 45. Just 5 shy for his half century. Yasin Sheikh with 2. Syed Hussain with 2. Ranjan Gandhi still out there, so he's definitely set. Charan Teja provided a very quick cameo and it's going to be Hassan Bimat coming out here shortly. We'll wait to confirm. But your guys' thoughts on the World Cup so far? I've given you mine. I feel like I've said quite a bit with South Africa and my lack thereof, England.
So I had South Africa in my top 4. I think one of the things you gotta understand is the pitches are completely different what so-called England and Australia keeps playing on. They are more comfortable to play longer format of cricket. ODI is a longer, but there is a lot more in test happens than in ODI, and that's what catching them off guard, I feel like. So by top 4 I had New Zealand, India, Pakistan and South Africa, and I do think that it's gonna be India versus New Zealand final, and New Zealand might take it this time because they have been such a strong team, and this time they look like coming in for that World Cup in India. It doesn't matter where it is, they just look so prepared, and they have the most aggressive planning attack. Like Kane Williamson, one of their most experienced player and an amazing batsman, he was out, but the way that team has been structured and the way they have been steadily growing their aggression in this game so far in the World Cup, I think they have a very solid chance of winning this all. I hope India wins. Again, don't get me wrong, I want India-New Zealand final. But I would not be surprised if New Zealand takes the cup this time.
Well, being a die-hard Indian fan, I have to disagree with that. I had my top 4 were India, New Zealand, South Africa for sure. And for 4th spot, I had 2 in mind, but both of them are losing. So England and Australia were my pick for the last spot. And by the look of it, if we have to judge the World Cup as it's going it right now, South Africa has the fierce bowling attack and fierce batting. If you see, just before the World Cup started, they were down 2-0 against Australia, and they came back winning 3-2, and if I'm not wrong, they scored 300 plus run in every single game of those things. Well, they have scored 300 plus run in last 5 games they have played. 428 World Cup record. And if India is not winning this World Cup, then I think South Africa is the one who's gonna break the curse this year.
So we've got a New Zealand, a India, a South Africa. And I got Barry over here saying the Netherlands. Barry, if the Netherlands pull this off, man, you should be playing the lottery. Tell you that. Oh, beautiful shot here from Ranjan. Yes, indeed, it is going to make it, and actually made it all the way out towards me. I'm not a lefty, so I'll let Barry go and throw this one out. So that is 4 runs for Ranjan Gandhi. Solidly struck ball there. So for all of you out there, we'd love to hear from you. Drop us a comment in the comment box, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook. What are your thoughts on the World Cup so far? And what are your thoughts on this match here so far right now as well? So far it's been a little bit of a back and forth seesaw affair. It's given a wide here. So for Darya, rather unlikely wide, but nonetheless, he's going to continue on. This is his 6th over. And Ranjan plays the same shot again, and same results once again. 4 more runs. So aggressively hunting for those boundaries now is Chicago United.
Yeah, I think he needs to make him drive the ball, because I think the area should try to make him drive the ball, give it some air, because the guy is just rocking back and hitting him on the square leg. This is the second one in 3 balls, so need to change some tactics. There you go.
Indeed, that was the difference in his earlier overs. Oh, good throw. Wow. Right on the money, but skipping across is Hassan Bimat. And that was exactly what Parth was referring to earlier in his spell. Darya staying on the offside, staying He's changing that length and making the batsman coming out to his front foot and driving that ball rather than staying put and pulling those deliveries currently. So there is the current 100 mark up for Chicago United. It came up just about 2 deliveries ago. We were too busy talking about the World Cup currently. So Chicago United does get to that 100 mark, 110 currently, sitting for a loss of 4. Just out of the reach of the fielders at gully. And they'll run across for 2 for Hassan Beemuth. Hassan's got that very unique open stance as he sits in the crease. Daria's taking one wicket so far. I'm sure he's got plenty more that he would like to get, but he's got 2 deliveries to work with. Oh, slashed away. And right now, Chicago United trying to find the spots just to the right and left of the fielders is what it seems like. So that will be 2 more runs. So just coming up to the 20 over mark. So 10 overs left in the first half of the innings. And indeed, that is waiting to get an update here. It looks like that may be the end of the over. But waiting to confirm. And indeed it is. So believe waiting to see Cricket Club's update itself. Right now it's showing 19.5. So excuse me for that slight confusion. So indeed it is the over, so that does conclude 20 overs. Currently DeePark having taken 4 wickets. Chicago United sitting at 114, controlling the extras at 6. Starts over number 21 with a dot delivery. Does Varun Patel. So Parth spoke about Varun just starting out playing cricket just about 3 years ago. So he's got some funkiness to his delivery, and that may play really well. And this one just falls right in front of the fielder, about 2 steps in front. He's frustrated. Feels like he should have gotten there, but that ball, like I said, if you're not middling it properly today, considering how much moisture that ball has absorbed, it's not going to go too far. Hit directly to point for a dot delivery again. So this is where Varun wants to stay. He wants to stay on that off stump and to the offside. This time played into the extra covers. Hassan Beemuth ready for the challenge on that one. He's taking a look at his bat. Hopefully it's all right. Maybe a little bit of a handle tweak there. You see him checking it and checking the bottom. It is one of those conditions where the ball feels a lot heavier coming off the bat than it normally would. Beautiful shot played here from Ranjan Gandhi, and he will indeed bring up his half century. Beautifully played from Ranjan, and that's going to bring up his 50. So beautifully done. He'll get a chance to say hello to Hassan and lift up that bat. Indeed, there it is. A rather subdued celebration. I think he's got plenty more on his mind right now. Oh, smokes, but he may go right to the fielder. Indeed, he does. And just after he hits his half century, he's got to depart. Oh my, an ill-advised shot. Didn't get all of it. Never got his arms extended. Did Ranjan, and unfortunately for him, he's got to depart. So that is the end for Ranjan, and that brings up 118 for a loss of 5 for Chicago United. That is looks like Ram Patel out there with the catch. We'll wait for the new batsman to come in. But DeePark getting a key wicket of a set batsman. Hassan Bimath being joined by the captain Najam Iqbal out on the crease with Rohan in tow for his first over of the afternoon. Let's see if that one had plenty of bat on that one. Will lead to a single. So now the captain Najam Iqbal will come to strike. So the middle to lower order starting to come into play for Chicago United as DeePark looks to continue to mount the pressure. They could somehow get the skipper. You can imagine a lot of momentum coming behind DeePark. So now currently the wind has shifted directions. Before it was being blown across the field. Now it's directly to the back of Rohan. And Najam Iqbal does get to pass the 30 mark at long off. Comes in to takes the field of the ball, and that will be a single. A collective scream of catch it coming from DeePark 11. Oh, gets out towards goalie. Good quick throw, but off the mark. Coming off the pads, appeal. Oh, and there's a throw, overthrow, but good backup. Good backup there. It's turning out to be an absolutely gorgeous day. Just slightly windy, but we do live in the Windy City. Beautiful shot from Hassan Bimath. That's going to be easily skipping across the boundary for 4. Beautiful boundary from Hassan Bimath. Take a thick outside slash. Meets its mark, and there will be 4 more runs for Chicago United. Again, glaze it onto the offside. Right now, you see the strategy from DeePark, keeping it on the off stump. Chicago United definitely up for the challenge, as that will conclude over number 22. 127 for a loss to 5. Patel with his first delivery of over number 4. Hassan Beemuth takes it out towards square leg for 2 runs. Walking down the track is Hassan. Plays it off the top of the back near the stickers. Looks to be like, trying to see if that's Chirag out there. That is indeed Chirag, who is able to field that ball cleanly. Now for the lefty, Najm Iqbal. Skipper is going to look to stay out there for as long as he can and really continue to build the innings for Chicago United, as we say that takes a single. So you kind of see from Chicago United right now a little bit more of an aggressive take on when to attack, and looks like they've chosen now is the time, and absolutely, why not? You still have 4 wickets in hand, or 5 more wickets in hand at the very least, and you've got just a hair under 7.5 overs left. And just as I say that, Hassan takes a walk and straight to the fielder is Hassan Beemuth. Swung halfway, never swung all the way. So you see it comes down and he just stops his swing in the middle. If he continues that on, that clears the boundary. But unfortunately for him, the halfway swing leads to a full-blown catch at long on. So that is the end for Hassan Beemuth. He's got to go. And it's going to be a new batsman coming in just a few minutes here shortly. So that is Ram out there once again with the catch. So Nihal Sanjay coming to the crease. We'll be back in a few seconds. Beautifully played. Absolutely gorgeous shot. Played out towards deep fine leg off the bat of one Nihal Sanjay. Take a look at this. Oh, just helps it along the way. That was the wrong line for Prithvish Patel on that one, and he paid dearly for it with 4 runs. So hello Nihal Sanjay, welcome to getting on the board instantaneously. Can't ask for a better way to start than that. And he'll take a very good single here. And that should conclude the over. Indeed it does at the end of 23. Chicago United 136 for 6. 7 overs remaining here in the first half of the innings. There you see that warm chart, some successive wickets coming for the DeePark 11 as they continue to traject towards that 200 mark and past that. So probably looking around the 225 score, 230 perhaps. See over 17 and 20 coming a little bit more aggressive with some boundaries being hunted there. So Rohan is going to start his second over here in just a few moments. So a slight field change as now there will be a fine leg in play. Big swing from Nihal Sanjay, comes up empty. Beautifully played onto the extra covers, and that is very close to the boundary, and it does skip across the boundary. There's umpire Rediker signaling 4 runs. Taking right out towards long off for a single from Nihal Sanjay. Right now, Nihal is on a mission, it seems like. He's not coming around to mess around. Doesn't even need any time to set himself in. Chicago United will definitely welcome that. And Najee Miguel plays it out towards his square leg. There you see our umpire Yash running across. It's not only the fielders that get a workout, it's also the umpires when there's a right-left combination. Shout out to our umpires Amaya Rediker and Yash. I am right now, there's a full toss and that has been deposited for 4 runs. Nihal Sanjay providing some fireworks for the Chicago United. That's a full toss delivery. You think that was... Don't believe that was the intention by any means, but nonetheless, 4 more runs for Nihal Sanjay, sitting at a comfortable 14 off of 6. Right now, he is the man with the bat. Beautifully stroked out towards a deep backwards point, and that will run across for the boundary again. 4 more runs. Wow. Boundaries coming in bunches, courtesy of Nihal Sanjay. Just want to point out, look at that technique by Najee Miguel on the runs. Gets very low, slides that bat just across the crease. Very low waste of energy there. Good technical running. I'm being told the update on the Bears score is 12-6 Minnesota. Come on, Justin Fields. We need a Justin special here. Or a coaching change, one of the two. So at the end of 24, CU, Chicago United brings up their 150 mark. They've lost, having lost 6 wickets. Patel starting his 5th over. good delivery. Good delivery from Prithvish. Had Najum in 2 different states of mind. He didn't know if he wanted to go forward or stay put, and at the end just lets it go. But that was a good variation from Prithvish Patel. Plays it late. Get a single in. Starting to warm up ever so slightly here in South Barrington. Hope you guys are doing well out there. We're just across that AMC theaters. Come say hello. Got plenty of space. I see some hot cocoa. I see some coffee. And if you're coming by, do bring us some donuts. We like donuts, chocolate long johns, and some hot chocolate coffee. We'd appreciate that. Now Sanjay taking it out towards fine leg once again for a single. Six and a half overs left here in the first half of the innings. It's been a rather rapid-fire innings here for Chicago United here towards the past 2 to 3 overs. Najim Iqbal coming using those feet coming down the track ever so slightly. It's like Chirag throwing the ball, and can't see who that is back there without the backup saying, "What are you doing? Hang on to the ball." No unnecessary throws seems to be the order in place for DeePark 11. Deep fine leg in the form of Darya Mistry coming into play for Nihal Sanjay. Looks like that may be given a wide. Indeed it is. Good keep. Good keep there by Harsh. Kept that ball in front of him. Harshal. Sure, he's known by Harshal. I'm not sure which one he goes by, but we'll go with the technically correct name, Harshal. He's probably the only man out there that's really warm. He's been getting a lot of action back there. Good delivery. Bad fielding. Gets past the fielder at mid-off. Is that Urvish Desai out there with that sweater on? That's what it looks like. Does have that slight hamstring pull from what it looks like from the injury that he had from his Roger McBall coming down the track once again. Beautifully plays it out towards deep square. It looks like he wants that second run, but Nehal Sanjay says no, and that was absolutely the right call. That ball was thrown back on a rope. So Rohan will continue on here. Looks like they're going to try to finish this up as quickly as possible. Oh, deep shot here into deep mid wicket off the bat of Nehal. He didn't get all of it. Came from the bottom of the bat. A lead to a single. A good throwback from Vrund. But again, if you don't get all of it, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get much help from the ground here today. Nehal Sanjay blistering 21 off of 10 deliveries, well over 200 striker rate, and Rohan says, I don't care, that is my wicket. Indeed, he bowled out Nehal Sanjay. Very late to react, but the stumps do not discriminate. They light up quickly. Comes off the inside edge of the bat, right onto the off stump, and that is the end for Nehal Sanjay. So he's got to exit. But a good, quick, rapid-fire innings for Nehal. Looks like it's going to be Adnan Yar Khan coming in as the next batsman for the Chicago United. 159 for a loss of 7. Adnan Yar Khan immediately gets off the strike. Good throw from the fielder at gully, just slightly off, but good aggressive running from Najam Iqbal. As Chicago United brings up their 160 mark. You gotta imagine they're trying to hunt for that 200 at the bare minimum, so just 40 runs away. They're going to need some boundaries to make that happen. And that will be the end of the over. So at the end of 26, Chicago United 161 for a loss of 7. And there you see the current scorecard for the Chicago United. Anirudh with the 45 and Ranjan Gandhi, the top batsman, at 51. And a rapid-fire 21 from Nehal Sanjay. As you see, Adnan Yar Khan, Najam Iqbal, the duo out there, with Venki Ankati waiting and Soman Das waiting in the dugout. Run rate sitting at 6.19. You're gonna need to increase that in order to get to that 200. And there you see DeePark's 11. You've got Prithvish Patel with 2 wickets, Darya Mistry with 1, Vrund Patel with 2, Jay Patel with 1, and Rohan Patel with 1 as well. So got a slight injury watch to keep an eye on. Urvish Desai with that slight hamstring pull. Hasn't come back to bowl. As Najam Iqbal will take a single out towards point. Harshal taking off the gloves, cramping across. Oh, that's a direct hit! That's a direct hit, and the bat was never down. Beautiful throw from the deep. And that is the end. Oh my. Unceremonious exit. Oh, what a throw. And that was a lack of discipline there. The bat never was grounded, and not sure why that was the case, but that will cost them a wicket. It does Chicago United. So that is the end. I think that's a Najam Iqbal. That has to go. Waiting for a confirmation. And it's clear on the replay there that that was the case indeed. Bat was never down. Bat's in the air. Got to go back to the dugout. Wow. So indeed, Najam Iqbal has to exit. It's going to be Soman Das coming in for Chicago United. He'll take his chances here. So indeed, it'll be Soman Das. He'll take his chance with the bat in his hands. Prithvish continues on. You can sense it. DeePark really wants to finish this right now if they can. Don't want to take it to 30 if at all possible. .164 for a loss of 8. One delivery left. 165 for a loss of 8 with one delivery left. As waiting for my scorecard to update on my side. Oh, beautiful delivery, Prithvish. Oh, there's some miscommunication there. You see the effort being put in by DeePark. A lot of action coming here. That's the end of 27 overs, 165 for a loss of 8. Quick delivery from Rohan here, but Salman Das up to the task. I'll take a single going right back up the middle. Well played from Adnan Yarkhan. Played it very late. They're going to scamper for 2. Ball just dying before the boundary. The ground's starting to dry up ever so slightly. It is still very, very wet. Don't think it'll make much of a difference here for the second half of the innings, as DeePark 11 will try to chase whatever score Chicago United comes up with. Looks like it's going to be somewhere around the 180 mark, or Close to 200, I would assume, is what they're really trying to shoot for. If you're DeePark right now, you've got to be pretty happy with containing the firepower from Chicago United. Solid stroke of the bat will yield 1 run. Takes you towards mid-on. Got 2 wickets in hand. If you're Chicago United, you're trying to put as many runs on the board as you can. Just don't want to take any unnecessary risks. A full toss delivery, a good change there. Don't think Adnan Yarkhan was expecting a full toss. Bat was straight. Good fielding from DeePark. Point man is able to gather that ball, and that will be the end of 28. Just 2 more overs left to 170 for a loss of 8. Looks like the skipper, Irvish Desai, is going to give it a go here in the second to last over. Looks like his run-up has definitely shortened, definitely for sure. Hopefully his leg's doing okay. Looks like it's the right hamstring. Walking down the track is Salman Das. Connects for a solid single. Yep, you see definitely Irvish gingerly at best trying to move around. Oh, gets the inside edge, just goes over the stumps. Irvish Desai has his hands on his head, like, wow, what do I have to do? What do I have to do to pick up a wicket? But unfortunately for him, the luck's on Chicago United side there, as the score creeps up to 174. So if you're Irvish right now, you don't want to jeopardize your health or anything, but just try to keep it as simple as possible. Gets past third man, short third man, and that will be 2 more runs. So good batting here from Adnan Yarkhan. And Salman Das trying to continue to just creep up to that 200 mark as much as possible. Don't know if it's going to be possible here, but give yourself a good shot, maybe at 185, 190. And there's an opportunity, and indeed it is. The man at point makes no mistake. Adnan Yarkhan has to depart. That is the end of the innings for him. Beautiful delivery from Irvish. And there you see, he's trying to go towards the covers, came off the outer edge of the bats, leads directly into the hands of man at point. And that is the end for Adnan Yar Khan. Venki will be coming in just a few moments. Here we go, final over of, not final over, but 2 more balls left in the second to last over. And that'll be Venki Ankati. Immediately gets off the mark. The wind seems to be picking up ever so slightly, which means it's getting a little bit colder here. And right now, Yurvish using that wind to his advantage. So Mendas turning that into a full toss delivery. And now it will be the end of the over. So at the end of 29, it's 178 for a loss of 9. The final over, death over coming up. Looks like Chicago United looking to get to that 190, 195 mark perhaps as a stretch goal. There you see 45 from Anirudh, Ranjan Gandhi with 51, Nihal Sanjay with a good cameo at 21. And right now, the 2 men out there, Soman Das and Venki Ankati for Chicago United. DeePark 11, don't mind this. Every bowler that's been out there has got a wicket in hand, which is a good sign. As we will continue here for the final over, it will be Rohan Patel. And there is a wild swing. Looks like he wanted to go on the low side and the leg side, but that's going to go across the boundary. Oh my. That is 4 runs. Goes out towards a third man. So that was the sheer velocity coming off the bat. That's just bat speed. There you see it comes across the stumps. He wanted to pull it. Got a thick outside edge, and that will go across towards third man. So a welcome boundary here for Soman Das. Full toss delivery. Comes off the top end of the bat. Lead to a single. Good York attempt from Rohan. Good defense there from Venki Ankati. Will lead to a single. So just 3 deliveries left here in the first half of the innings. 190 definitely within reach. 195 maybe the stretch goal. See what Rohan has in store. Good delivery again. Oh, Urvish Desai, the captain, putting his body on the line. Oh, there's some mix-up there, and that will be a run-out. Unnecessary, absolutely unnecessary. You had the ability to just stay there, but a lack of communication. Yes, no, and that is a run-out. Take a look at this replay. Good gather from Rohan. Indeed, he gathers it completely clean, and the stumps light up. Umpire Amaya Johnny on the spots. That is the end of Chicago United all out at the end of 29.4 overs. So that will be it. So DeePark chasing 186. That's what they need. We'll be taking a quick innings break. We'll be back here shortly as DeePark 11 get ready to pad up, and Chicago United get ready for their bowling attack. Welcome back to the start of the second half of the innings here from CU, Chicago United, and DeePark 11. And the first delivery from Salman Das is a wide. There you see Urvish Desai, the captain, along with Darya Mistry on the non-striker's end. That'll be the starters for the DeePark 11. So welcome back for all of you joining us. Hope you guys had a good little break. 186 is what's needed to win for DeePark 11. That's what they're chasing. And Salman Das comes back with a dot delivery. So there you see the final stats of the first innings from Chicago United, ending at 185, having been all out. So the captain, Urvish Desai, we'll see how that hamstring holds up. And it's been given another wide for Salman Das. Maybe looking to get just a little bit more loosened up here. It's not fun when you're sitting in the dugout in the cold. You try to get yourself as loose as possible, but when it's game time, that's when you really put everything into action. Salman Das coming back. Good delivery, good delivery. It's got that ever so slight inside swing on that delivery. And there you see Urvish trying to stretch, keep that hamstring loose. There's a deep third man in play for Chicago United and Salman Das as he continues to rack up another dot ball. So nothing coming from the bat just yet for DeePark 11. As the wind picks up ever so briskly from your screen, again blowing from right to left. So the variation of the wind has just been right to left and then straight from the bowler's end to the batter. So right now, if it has any play in it, it's going to have an outswing. And Salman Das being very, very wise here and utilizing that to his benefit. See the players bundled up out there, rightfully so. Oh, swing from Urvish Desai again, comes up empty. Comes up empty. Be another dot delivery. Right now, Urvish doesn't look very comfortable out there on the crease. A lot of your power is generated from that foundation with your legs. Be very interesting to see how he plays it, and he does play it just off to the offside for a dot. He shakes his hand vigorously. Cannot feel well right now with the cold. So that is the end of over number 1. DeePark 2 for a loss of none. Good start for the Chicago United. Continue to put on that pressure. There you see the batting lineup for DeePark 11. Urvish Desai out there with Darya Mistry, Ram Patel, Hir Patel, Vrun Patel, Chirag Patel, Prithvish Patel, Harshal Vyas, Rohan Patel, Sargam Patel, and Jay Patel. Looks like it's going to be the captain, Najam Iqbal, coming in to work with Soman Das. So that's the partnership that Chicago United is looking to use to attack. As DeePark counters with Darya Mistry and Urvish Desai. So there you see Darya, his career formats, playing 435 matches, close to 5,600 runs almost, 6,000 runs, excuse me, and strike rate of 120. So some good numbers there for Darya. As Najam Iqbal very conspicuously hides that ball behind his back. Oh, good delivery. And hides that ball very, very well. And you see some deception coming in. That ball is turning for him ever so slightly. Oh, making Darya really guess as to what's coming up next. 3 dot deliveries in a row. Very nicely done from Najam Iqbal. Plays it onto the front foot, just defends it. Hits it into the ground, does Darya. Goes right out towards point. Easily playable. You see a lot of the players just blowing into their hands, trying to keep those hands warm, keep them soft. Oh, again, a very, very good delivery, and that is the end. A maiden over from Najam Iqbal. Really wanted a wicket there, but that is the end of over number 2. At the end, it's a DeePark 11, 2 for a loss of none. The Pacers, Soman Das. Oh, there's an opportunity. Comes off the bat of Urvashi Desai, and there it is. It goes straight up to the keeper. It's about as easy as it comes. Oh, that is the end for Urvashi Desai. He never looked comfortable. Oh, he went away from the ball. He went away from the ball, never got power behind it, and it went straight up for a easy catch. So that is the end for Urvish Desai. The captain goes for a duck, and that is the end for him. So that will bring out, looking to see who's the actual man with the gloves. Just waiting to confirm. Is that Venki? Nope. Just my apologies. Lots of things going back and forth on the screen for me right now. So Soman Das strikes, gets his man, gets the skipper. So Urvish Desai is out. So there, okay, so Syed Hussain, Hussein, that's the man with the gloves. And looks like it's going to be here Patel. That'll be the new batsman coming in. Indeed it is here. You see the afternoon rush to the AMC theaters in the background. Oh, beautiful delivery from Soman Das. Good defense shown by here Patel. So right now, no runs have come off the bat for DeePark. The 2 runs that you see on the board are courtesy of extras given by Chicago United. So being very stingy with the ball is Chicago United right now. Well played from here Patel. Goes out towards short third man. That will lead to a single. So DeePark gets on the board with the bat. As Daria Mistre will look to do the same and get himself off to 0. The sun has gone behind the clouds right now, so the temperatures are dropping ever so slightly. Oh, good pace being generated from Soman. Daria trying to find the space between slip and gully and backwards point. And I mean, Chicago United's got that side of the field crowded. They don't want anybody near there. So now slip in place, a gully, and got it's a deep third man as well. You're expecting Soman Das to keep this on the offside, on the off stump, and fourth stump on for Daria Mistry. And indeed, that's exactly where it goes. Oh, there's nobody there. There's nobody there. So they'll take the run on the overthrow, an ill-advised overthrow. But DeePark will take it. And that will conclude the overs at the end of 3. DeePark at 3 for a loss of 1. Najib Iqbal coming back. Daria Mistry tries to give it a ride. There's a fielder there, and he's made the catch. Oh, what a catch at mid-off, running towards the covers. He stumbles, but nonetheless hangs on to the ball, and Daria Mistry has to exit. Oh, my. What a blistering start from Chicago United. Najib Iqbal grabbing a wicket, and wow, who would have saw this coming? Right now the pressure squarely on the DeePark batsmen. If they've got 4 runs on the board, they've lost 2 wickets, and here Patel is out there. Oh my, oh my. The 2 openers for DeePark have to depart as Prithvish Patel gets ready to come in, but give credit to Chicago United, a fundamentally sound bowling attack as Nihal, I think that was Nihal Srijay on the catch, beautifully made. Wait for Prithvish to come in, but Chicago United squarely on the offensive with the ball. They're looking to finish this quick. So indeed, Prithvish Patel will start. There you see his career format stats: 482 matches, 10,115 runs, strike rate of 134. Not bad at all. Prithvish, Najib McBall, continue on and gets a dot delivery again. How about this for stats? He's bowled one over, maiden, second over, start, first ball, wicket, and another dot. Executing his bowling attack to the tee. A good stop here from mid-off. Goes right back up the middle, and no dice. Still a dot delivery. This is a sensational start for Chicago United with the ball. Swings away, and this time is able to connect. This Prithvish Patel. They may scamper for two. Goes out towards third man region. Indeed, they'll run for two. So good striking of the ball. Was able to play it late off of Najib McBall's delivery. Says no, 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 no two maidens for you. So that is the end of over number 4. DeePark 11 at 6 for a loss of 2. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Yash Technologies, more than what you think. Find out more at www.yash.com. You're watching the Yash Premier League finals, and a good delivery from Salman Das. Just keeps it inside on the leg side enough for umpire Amaya Rediger to say, no, that is a clean delivery, let's move on. Sayyid Hussain with those gloves in the back gave an appeal, but half-hearted at best. Yeah, very good delivery. Oh, there's a throw. Good backup, good backup. That's a non-Yarkon with the backup. And you can see the aggressiveness from Chicago United right now. The bowling attack on point. The fielding extremely aggressive. I see a signal that the ball is getting extremely heavy, absorbing that moisture. But right now that ball's still going to swing very, very well, having not been put into play too often. This time it is, goes out towards short third man. There is a fielder there, will lead to a single. So here Patel, they'll take that single. When the wind dies down, it's actually not too bad here in terms of the temperature. But with the wind, it is extremely cold. And it's getting blistery to the point where you know the elements are going to have some sort of an effect on the ball being bowled. There's a deep point in play. Not needed as Prithvish Patel puts this out towards a deep square, and that will be 4 runs. First boundary of the afternoon for the DeePark 11. A welcome sight for the DeePark team and its fans. Courtesy of Patel. It's a good sounding stroke from Patel. That came from the middle of the bat. One bounce over the ropes. Oh, there's a noise. Wondering what that is. Umpire Amaya says no. There's the bat grounding. We're good. Move forward. We had the slip, gully, backwards point, and the keeper all jumping up for an appeal, quickly realizing that was just a grounded bat. Dot delivery coming from Salman Das's delivery, so that will be the end of over number 5. DeePark 11 for a loss of 2. So there you see DeePark 11 needing 7 runs per over. That's the run rate required. We got 25 overs to work with. Salman Das having completed 3 overs at the moment, conceding 9 runs. He's got the wicket, the all-important wicket of Udvish Desai, the captain of DeePark 11. Trying to see who the new bowler is. Just waiting for a confirmation here. We do know it will be spin. As you see the wicketkeeper come up, it's Charan Teja. Beautiful on-point delivery from Charan Teja. Looks like he's going to try to get himself going here. In this longer format, you have the ability to take your time to get yourself settled in, but you don't want to be too lackadaisical, for a lack of words, to get yourself going, because those dots start to add up really quickly. And more than anything else, you try to end up putting a little bit more pressure on yourself as a batsman to rotate that strike. Right now, for the DeePark 11, it's just building that foundation. This was a similar situation Chicago United was in, having lost 2 quick wickets. They ensure to just rotate and build that foundation, and that's exactly what DeePark will look to do here as well. So 2 runs coming here for Patel. So now mid-on, it's out of play. You've got Adnan Yarkhan shifting over to slightly, we'll call it just slightly backwards point. Ever so slightly. Gully in play, slip in play. We've got a fine leg in play as well. Oh. Did not take the first run. Did not run the first one very quickly. And he's hearing it. Prithvish is hearing it from his dugouts, and take that first run, run that one hard. He's lucky enough to get back for 2 runs. This one heads out towards the coverage directly to a fielder. It's a good foundation for the Chicago United, keeping that pressure on, trying to make sure that the batsmen for the DeePark 11 aren't able to extend their arms. This time Prithvish is able to square it up, but there is a fielder at deep mid-wicket. Lead to just a loud single, so that will be the end of over number 6. 17 for a loss of 2. Looks like Soman Das is going to continue on. Right now, this bowling attack has been stifling the DeePark 11. And give credit to Chicago United. They are playing wicket to wicket for their bowlers. They're not deviating from anything, ensuring they take what's available with the elements, and why not? So I apologize, it's not Soman Das, it's Venki Ankati with the ball. Thought that run-up looked a little bit different. Good delivery, very good delivery. Oh, there's a chance. Oh, Syed Hussain was just too far. He tried his hardest. Very good, clever running by DeePark 11. Good call from, looks like that was here Patel who made that call. He was the one going to the danger end. Using those long legs to stride across. Good effort from Syed Hussain. Oh, it comes off the pads. There's an appeal. Umpire Maya says no. See if we get a replay of that one. Looks like that may have been just been going down on the leg side. But good bowling here from Venki Ankati. Can't tell from this angle, but we'll take it for umpire Amaya Vadikar's word that it was definitely missing the stumps. This time, here Patel takes it out towards square. Fine leg Adnan Yarkhan able to gather that cleanly. Oh, there's a chance! And there it is! Fine leg. Adnan Yarkhan makes no mistakes. Just as it was dipping, he just dives ever so slightly forward, grabs the ball. No mistakes about it. And that is the end for Prithvish Patel. He's got to exit stage right. And another wicket down for DeePark. Look at that. Excellent field placement, excellent bowling to your field from Venki Enkati. And Adnan Yarkhan with those safe pair of hands makes the play. So that is the end for Prithvish Patel. Jay Patel coming in, 19 for a loss of 3. So indeed it is going to be Jay Patel, the new batsman coming in for DeePark 11. Pulled with authority from Jay Patel, the lefty, and that will be a boundary. 4 runs. Venki Enkati losing his line there ever so slightly. And Jay Patel making him pay. The crafty lefty gets on the board immediately for 4 runs. At the end of 7, it's DeePark at 23 for a loss of 3. Charan Teja will look to get his first wicket on the board. Starts off with a wide. Right now, you just got to control this. If you can control the wides, DeePark will continue to more of a stranglehold there. But this time, here Patel up for the task. Good solid double. Out towards long off. Chicago United, who's got a really good bowling attack right now, doing a very good job of keeping DeePark in check. They can control their wides, although there haven't been many, but enough. And that will really continue to add that pressure onto DeePark. And if you're DeePark, just take it easy. Try to build something. Just rotate that strike. You've got plenty of time left. Good delivery from Charan. Oh, beautifully played. That's where no one is. Oh, it's good running between here and Jay. That was set up by Jay, who made that call immediately as he turned around. Chicago United maybe taking it ever so slightly. Jay Patel looking to provide some sort of spark for the DeePark 11. Takes a single to end the over. Oh, nope, we got one more left. Looks like they were looking to change, but that's just me being tricked by our umpire running across the pitch. So one delivery left here. In two more deliveries, excuse me. Two more deliveries left here in over number 8. As Teja trying to execute. Good front foot play here from Jay Patel. You kind of tell from Jay Patel's walk out there and his aggressiveness from the first ball that he's looking to be that spark for DeePark 11. Definitely has the capability to do so. A good delivery from Charan Teja, and now that will be the conclusion of over number 8. DeePark 11 at 30 for a loss of 3. Need 156 more. They've got 22 overs to do it. Just over 7 runs per over required. See the current match summary. Chicago United really putting on the pressure with the ball right now. DeePark needing 156 from 22. Equates to just over 7 runs per over. Easily doable. Venki Ankati with a screaming delivery. Gets past Jay Patel. It's to a dot ball. See Jay Patel using that focus Australia English willow. Our Midwest Cricket Conference utilizing the focus ball as well. And that will run across for 4. Timed it well, did Jay Patel. Opened up the face of the bat and just enough pace on there. That pace was provided by Venki Ankati. Jay Patel just helped it along. A welcome sight for DeePark 11. Take that 4 runs. Try to open that face of the bat again. Misses it. Goes into those hands of Syed Hussain. Call is to wait, but they're going to run again. Oh, there's no backup there. No backup there. Syed Teja decided to go towards the non-striker's end. There was no backup there. That's going to cost him an additional run. Beautifully played. Good shot from Jay Patel. They're going to run quickly. Yes, they are. They're going to get 2 more. And indeed, Jay Patel providing the spark for DeePark 11. Last delivery for Venki Enkati. Jay Patel says, thank you. I will take another boundary. That's a maximum. That's a 6. One of the rare 6s we've seen today. And that was a bad line from Venki Enkati. And it was a short delivery, actually. That was very short. That gave Jay Patel lots of time to pull. And indeed he does. 6 maximum. 44 for a loss of 3 at the end of 9. Here you see the over-by-over comparison. Unbelievable. Over number 9, DeePark busting out. They're going to need a few more of those to catch the Chicago United. See that worm chart? See that spike going up? That's what DeePark's looking for. Ironically enough, take a look at that. Chicago United and DeePark 11 losing wickets in the same overs 3 and 4. Very rare you see that. That's what I meant when I say Chicago United was in a very similar position. We're able to rectify that ship. DeePark definitely has the ability to do so. So there it is, 3 and 4. And then Chicago United not losing another wicket till over number 17. So DeePark still has really good chances, as anybody does when you're playing in this longer format. Just got to stick with it. Current partnership of 25. With here providing 5 and Jay Patel providing the fireworks at 19. Teja with his first delivery will concede a single and will bring the hot bat of Jay Patel on strike. Good hitting from Jay Patel. Sweeps it on towards fine leg. Fielder was there, but wasn't able to gather it. Looks like it may have come off of his fingers ever so slightly, but that's not going to feel good today. Never feels good regardless, but on a cold day like today, it's going to sting ever so much more. Good delivery. That's the line that he's looking for, is Teja. Rinse and repeat. Same result. 2 deliveries back to back. Seems like Charns found that release point. He just gave it too much length on that one, and here Patel is going to be able to capitalize with 2 runs. Nicely played. Goes out towards backwards point. Leads to a single and the end of the over. So 10 complete. A third of the way there for the second half of the innings. 137 is what DeePark needs. They've got 20 overs to do it. 49 for a loss of 3. New bowler coming into the attack for Chicago United is going to be Nihal Sanjay. Right-handed pacer. Looks to kind of be able to bring his pace. He was rapid fire with the bat. He brings some rapid fire heat with the gloves, and oh! Oh! That is a wide. Given by umpire Methodical. I think Sayyid Hussein may have thought, he had me fooled too, thinking that that may have been glove on that one. Let's take a look. Move too fast for me. Let's see if we can slow it down ever so slightly. Oh, such great work by our AV team out here. Nope, doesn't look like it. Looks like we may have just gotten his jersey. In the meantime, the next delivery was a single out towards backwards point, and that will get Jay Patel on strike. Hearing two very distinct calls coming from the dugout of DeePark of rotating the strike, and Chicago United saying, let's finish this. No ball. That is a no ball. Looks like he overstepped. Did Nihal Sanjay? So that will be a free hit for Jay Patel on strike. Since he's the man on strike, no field changes can be made. Swings and misses. But since it was a free hit, the stumps do light up, but he will get to retain. He gave it a whiff. It was all or nothing on that swing from Jay. Fortunately for him, unable to connect. He's trying to hit that to the barn with that swing. Good comeback from Nihal Sanjay. Plays it out towards Gully. Take the easy single. Chicago United says, let's hold on here. No need to rush anything. Absolutely the right call. No need to give any extras. .53 DeePark 11 brings up their 50. Jay Patel 21 off of 12. Here Patel 14 off of 20. So he's the man that needs to get started here. He will take this single. Looks like there's a brief pause in the game, looking for some chalk. Maybe marking off the crease. Indeed, that is what umpire Methodical is doing currently. Keep in mind the wet conditions out there. So as the bowler takes his run up, very easily to remove some of those markings out on the field and also on the crease, right? So Nihal Sanjay comes back. There's a shot, but I don't think he got all of it. There's a fielder there. Oh, just out of the reach, and that is across the ropes for a 4. Didn't get all of it, but good try. Good try from, it looks to be Venki Ankati. Good diving attempt, one hand, but just out of reach. So Jay Patel continues on, adds 4 more runs and a boundary. Nihal Sanjay comes back with a good delivery, ties up Jay Patel, unable to free his hands, and that will be the end of over number 11 at 58 for DeePark, loss of 3. Need 128 in 19. Najam Iqbal, the captain, coming back to bowl his third over. Taking matters into his own hand, looking to get a breakthrough and really put some additional pressure on the DeePark 11. Slower delivery. Up to the task is here Patel. Single off of Najam Iqbal there. So I wonder what kind of variations he has planned for Jay Patel, who's been the hot bat right now for the DeePark 11. It's 25 off of 14. It's provided that spark. Starting to build a good foundation for DeePark 11 here. Brought that run rate from above 7 down to under 7 now, 6.8. It's a deep square leg in play in the form of Adnan Yar Khan. And Charan Teja is going to have to make that run from mid-on all the way to square leg. Good, fundamentally sound batting here from Jay Patel. Going with the short sleeves. There's another shot and another boundary. Jay Patel raining boundaries, 4 more runs. Goes directly over point. And maybe, just maybe, a slight change of fielding is needed. And that's what Venki Ankati wants to do, but Najam Iqbal says, no, 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 go back. I've got you where I want you. Oh, it's off the pads. Appeal. Umpire Maya Reddicker not interested. Let's take a look at that replay. Comes off the pads indeed, but it's definitely going down leg. Oh, Jay slipped. Probably never was a run there. And that should conclude the over. Indeed it does. At the end of 12:65 for a loss of 3. 121 needed in 18. Jay Patel providing the fireworks for DeePark 11. So next delivery starting off from Nehal Sanjay, lead to a single. Nehal Sanjay coming back again, takes it out towards Gully, and that will be a dot delivery. That's signs of encouragement there. Nehal Sanjay being touted on by his mates in the field. Oh, Jay Patel, screaming shot goes all the way for a 6. Beautifully sliced away. And right now, Jay Patel doing all the damage needed for DeePark 11. Take a look at this. He opens that face of the bat ever so beautifully. Oh, good footwork, full meat of the bat. And that is a 6, a maximum. Jay Patel with 2 maximums on the afternoon. Continues to bring that run rate down, now down to 6.5. He's cut it nearly by a run. Well done, this partnership between here Patel and Jay Patel. Quick run taken by Jay Patel, and wow, you see some aggression coming from the DeePark 11 now. 73 for a loss of 3. 2 deliveries left here in over number 13. As Nehal Sanjay looks to finish this over up. 6.5 run rate required for the DeePark 11 to chase 113 needed now. Comes from the bottom end of the bat. And here Patel, a little frustrated with themselves, punches that bat ever so slightly. And Jay's going to have a quick talk. The wind continuing to change directions. It's been fairly frequent, blowing right to left, directly from the bowler's back, and then sometimes ever so slightly from the covers on towards to the field. Good hit, good fielding, but good running between the... Oh! That came off of Jay Patel's helmet. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like he's okay. He jumps up. Oh my, that's dangerous. Hopefully he's okay. Took it off the helmet. Gives a quick shake, says, I'm all right. And that will conclude the over. So at the end of 13, DeePark 11, 74 for 3. And there you see the warm chart. DeePark on the rise, gaining some momentum. So at this point where Chicago United stabilized their partnership, it is the DeePark 11 looking to accelerate courtesy of Jay Patel. I want to welcome to the booth the owner for Chicago United, Nadeem Zain. He's been synonymous with Chicago United. You see that red Volkswagen Atlas driving around with C United on it. I see it all over Naperville. I see it all over the suburbs. I'm sure everybody has. So Nadeem, welcome to the booth. And Chicago United becoming synonymous with playing in finals in a lot of leagues that you play in all over the Midwest. I know you don't strategically rectify yourself or restrict yourself just to Chicagoland area, but I've seen Chicago United all over the Midwest, literally in the Midwest here. So want to get your thoughts on what you've built here, successfully built here, I might add, and what you've done for the game of cricket here in the Midwest, and what do you have in plan, in store for the future for Chicago United and cricket in general?
Well, it's a pleasure to be here and watching a very interesting, a very competitive game. So the purpose of Chicago United is obviously we play here with a purpose. It's the purpose of Chicago United is to produce, is to develop, local players and produce, hopefully, some other international players. We have done that in the past, and we'd like to continue doing that. We have seen players who have never played cricket come join our, camp and picking up the skills, some foundational skills, and building upon that. So our purpose is to develop our cricketers from Chicago United and across the Chicago area. When I started Chicago United, our purpose was to put Chicago on the national maps and put United States on the international maps, and we have achieved that to certain levels.
Thank you, Nadeem, as there'll be a single off the bat of here Patel. So Charan Teja, currently sitting on an economy of 6, currently in the middle of his 4th over. So Nadeem, I know you talked about producing international cricketers from Chicago United. Your club is very well recognized. In terms of youth cricket, you spoke about the camps that you provide. Is an appeal not interested as Amaya Rediker? So you spoke about the camps and bringing local talent on and new talent in general. Where do you see some impact coming in, and how do you feel, or what do we need to do in general to bring that additional youth into the cricket fold?
Well, it's we all of us need to come together and bring in mainstream America to play some cricket. And that will happen only at the root levels, which is primarily at the elementary school level. So there's tremendous potential, specifically considering the fact that cricket could be a potential sport in LA Olympics, 2028, I think. And then it's very, very important. And with the World Cup coming in, so the World Cup, a big event coming in 2024, and then 2028 we have the LA Olympics. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to promote the sport at the grassroots level, penetrating into our school systems.
Spoken like a true owner. He wants to get it at the entry level, making sure that he capitalizes on the young talent that's available. So Nadeem, I asked this question to your counterpart here with DeePark, and I want to get your thoughts on this as well. There's a lot of rumblings going on about the so-called super teams, right? And all the tournaments and all the leagues that are going on in the Midwest area. Not just even in the Midwest, but just in general, right? You're starting to see these super teams being assembled where you have international or ex-international players, ex-domestic players who've played very high level, right? Ranji Trophy for India, or the equivalent for that in Pakistan, district levels. So you have quite a bit of this. What are your thoughts on it? Are you a fan of it? What are your thoughts on it in general with these super teams?
So having a mix of